Hi everyone, it's Philippos here. I thought that after posting my reaction to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I might as well take you through what has been a very big part of my childhood and teenage years really, which has been the Assassin's Creed series. And I would like to start with the game, I guess, that started everything, which is Assassin's Creed 1. Assassin's Creed 1 takes place in the modern day, where a young man called Desmond Miles gets abducted by the secret organization called Abstergo. Now Abstergo are after this artifact that they believe one of Desmond's ancestors used to actually be in possession of. So what do? They grab this young man, plug him into this machine called the Animus, which can actually read your genetic coding through your DNA and make you relive the memories of your ancestors. So through the Animus, they go back to the Third Crusade during the 11th century, where you play as Altair ibn Lahad, son of no one. Altair is a member of the Assassins. In the world of the game, there's a huge conflict that has been going on since the beginning of time, really, where the Assassins and the Templars fight for power. The Templars try to reach order through control, whereas the Assassins believe in freedom. And that's where things get a little bit complicated. Now, in terms of gameplay, this was pretty revolutionary. You got three beautiful cities to explore, them being Jerusalem, Damascus, and Acre, as well as Masyaf, which is the stronghold of the Assassins and is led by Al-Mualim, the Grand Master. Throughout the game, Altair gets sent to missions throughout all of those three cities, and you get to run around, jump through buildings, and it's pretty fun. You even actually get to climb up some pretty amazing and tall structures and perform what is known as the Leap of Faith, which I will show you right now. Pretty crazy, actually. I'm pretty sure that defies the laws of physics, but hey, it's a game, anything's possible. For those of you who don't know, Assassin's Creed actually began as the fourth installment of the Prince of Persia trilogy. Ubisoft, I believe, halfway through the game realized that this felt really different, so they thought, let's try something else, and Assassin's Creed was born. Assassin's Creed is also known for introducing the gaming world into what is known as the Hidden Blade. This is the main weapon that you use throughout the game, and it allows Altair to pretty much move through crowds unnoticed and take down his targets. It's pretty badass stuff. You also get a sword that you get to fight with, a knife, and of course your trusty fists, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you want a bit more of a challenge, you definitely can do that. There's no difficulty as well, which makes the game a lot of fun. You can just play through it. I played through it 3 times because back then it was the only game that I actually owned. There are a couple of missions that drag a little bit, those being the ones where you get to eavesdrop and pickpocket people. I found those pretty annoying the first time around, but once you get the hang of them, they're pretty easy. In terms of how the graphics hold up now in 2020, they're not bad. But you do occasionally get a game that comes out now that actually looks worse than this, and it came out 13 years ago. Another really interesting thing about the game that makes the world feel so much more alive is that you get to interact with real-life characters of the time. One of them being Richard Lionheart, which, for me being a fan of history, is pretty damn cool. In terms of storyline and voice acting, again, pretty good. Nolan North actually voices Desmond. You might know him as Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series and David in The Last of Us, as well as the Penguin in the Arkham series. Assassin's Creed is also known, especially through the later games, for using pretty consistent and truthful accents to its characters. Now, most of these are pretty good. However, the guy who voices Altair sounds American, and he really shouldn't, because
nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Understand these words. It matters not how we complete our task, only that it's done.
But this is not the way
My way is better.
I will scout ahead. Try not to dishonor us further.
yeah. Also, just for a bit of fun, I wanted to check out the first trailer ever released for this game and see how it holds up today. So, without further ado, let's give it a crack, shall we? Alright. Oh man, already the old Ubisoft logo. Nostalgia. I love it. Inspired by historical events and characters. The Eagle Classic. Pretty sure Altair actually means eagle. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah. So cool. Okay, now this is where it gets a bit funny, because in the trailer he's got a crossbow and you never actually get a crossbow in the game, which is pretty annoying. I mean, why have it there and not in the game? But anyway, you get a crossbow in later games. Classic. That's cool. Fun fact, in order to use the hidden blade, you have to cut off his finger. Ouch. Because it just comes up this way. Oh, and you get to blend in with the monks. I completely forgot about that. That was cool. Man. I was thinking Greece when I saw that trailer. There we go, Assassin's Creed 1. Wow. So yeah, overall this game was pretty revolutionary for its time. I would say the graphics hold up pretty well. There weren't that many games, apart from maybe Crysis on PC, that were much better than this. I'd say they're pretty good. Definitely a solid 7 out of 10. In terms of combat and the mechanics, look, the wall running and jumping around, navigating the city was pretty good. Combat was pretty fun, a little bit slow. Then you had the eavesdropping and pickpocket missions, which were a bit of a drag, so probably an 8. And in terms of story, even though I'm a little bit biased, yeah, it's a 9. So the final verdict is that Assassin's Creed 1 is a solid 8 out of 10. Now, I would love to know what you guys thought of the game back in the day when it first came out. Did you play it? What did you think of it? And if you haven't, you definitely should. Ciao.